Hi everyone, this is a short video of how you are going to be able to do voiceovers on a PowerPoint and upload them to Falcon Online. So first you need to find one of your existing PowerPoints and open it up. And then what you're going to do is look through it, kind of rehearse it a little bit so you refamiliarize yourself with the material so that you know what you're going to say. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be scripted. Remember, just like if you were talking in class, it wouldn't be perfect. And the point of these lectures is to just give students that information so that they're getting that detail like they would have if they were on campus. So the first thing that you want to do is go to the slideshow option in your menu bar at the top. And when you click on that, the option you're going to use is record slideshow. So click on the arrow next to the word show, and you're going to choose record from the beginning. Now you can always stop, re-record just one slide if you mess up. You can re-record the entire thing, but as you start, just go ahead and do record from the beginning and try your best with that. So when you do that, even if you've done this before, the screen might look a little different because PowerPoint has been updated. On the bottom, you'll see the slide that you're on, and if it's actually live recording, it'll have a timer there. All of these things are pens and things like that that if you were going to be drawing as you were talking, you would use, but most likely you're not going to use that here. On the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see a microphone and a webcam. Make sure your microphone does not have a slash through it because you want to make sure that they can hear your narrations. Also, if you want to use the webcam, that's your option. It would be superimposed, sort of like a picture-in-picture if you have a webcam. If not, then just make sure that you click it off like that where there's a line through it because you want your camera off then. In the upper corner here, you'll see where it has record, stop, and replay, so you can test as you go along or stop if you have to cough, want to take a drink, whatever it might be. So I'm just going to show you how this works. As you record, what you want to do is you use these arrows to navigate through your PowerPoint. So let's just do a slide or two. You'll get a countdown. Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about learning. We're going to talk about the process of learning and strategies and tips on how to improve your learning. Think about your learning as a process. What's your preference? Do you tend to just kind of get exposed to things, but that doesn't really help you and you forget very easily? Do you sit in a lecture and say, oh yeah, I understand that, that makes sense to me, but then you have a hard time remembering it for your assignment or for a test? Or think about activities you've done in class where you've had hands-on experience with something, or where you've had to do something very active and engaging like applying that concept from what you learned to your homework. That's going to really reinforce the learning. So you get an idea. That's the kind of thing that you want to have with your lecture, just like you would talk in class using your slides the way you do. So let's say I was done and that's all I wanted to record. I would hit stop. And as you can see down here, I'm on slide 2 of 16. I have 52 seconds on just this slide out of 1 minute and 1 second for the total presentation. You have plenty of time to do this. Don't have a half-hour lecture. You should try to limit yourself to about 10 to 15 minutes at most because people kind of tune out after that. So even if you have to make a couple of recordings and break it up into part 1 and part 2, you're better off. So once you have it saved, or you are done recording what you want, you click on the X at the top here to close and get back to your actual PowerPoint. So now you want to make sure it actually worked. You'll notice that there's a little speaker down here now that's saying that something was recorded on that slide. I want to see what it's like. So I'm going to choose from the beginning and it will play it back. Today we're going to talk about learning. We're going to talk about the process of learning and strategies and tips on how to improve your learning. So you can see that the voiceovers took and it goes right to the PowerPoint and advances to the slides, etc. Think about your learning as a process. I hit the escape key in the upper left-hand corner to get back to my PowerPoint. So I'm happy with this. This is what I want to keep. This is what I want to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose File, and I'm going to say save as. Now I know in the meeting I said save it as a PowerPoint show, but when I tried to put it into Falcon Online like that just as a test, it really didn't do what it was supposed to do because it was in the viewer and it required the student to download. And we really don't want them to have to do that. We want them to just be able to watch the lecture. So you might not have Screencast-O-Matic or know how to use it. That's okay. All you need to do is right up here, it has the name of the file. And then here you get to choose the file type. All you have to do is scroll down. For our purposes, save it as an MPEG-4 video, an MP4. What that will do then is when the student clicks on it in the content, it will play just like a video, just like YouTube. No need to have a channel, anything else like that. But before you go ahead and hit save, you need to decide where you want to save it. So click on Browse, and you might have a folder set up, or you might want it on your desktop. If you just want it on your desktop, click Desktop. I have a folder called on my desktop called Spring 20. So that's where I would save this. So I already saved a finished copy here, but that's where I would save it. You can see it's an MP4. It says it's an MP4 here. You would just hit save, and it would be where you want to use it. And then you just hit save, and life is good. And here's your original PowerPoint. So how do I get it to Falcon Online? Well, I'm going to go ahead and minimize PowerPoint here. I do have a course shell open here. It's a sample shell. And I just created a content topic called adding content. You may want to have lectures and then have it by name, study skills lecture and time management lecture, or whatever it is that you want to do. You might want to have it by date, however you want to do it. You may actually want to put it in your week 1, 2, 3, whatever it might be. That's up to you how you want to add this content in. So I'm just going to go here, adding content. Here I am in that area. I choose upload and create. I choose upload files. And this is where I now need to find it. Well, I had mine in my desktop Spring 20 folder. So I go to my computer. I choose upload. And here's my Spring 20. You may have to move these columns a little bit to see the file name extensions. So you scroll down until you find what you're looking for. Here's my Learning and Information Processing MP4. So I hit open, and I would suggest that you pick a particular destination. Don't just save it generically. This will go to Manage Files, and it'll just throw it into Manage Files. But if you ever want to go and update this or change it or whatever, you might want to know where to find that. So you'll probably want to create a folder called Lecture Videos or something like that. One thing you'll also notice is, see this green bar? It's still processing. Remember, you're creating a video, so that takes a little bit of time for it to process, so it's going to be a usable format in here. So I'm going to go here while that's processing and say choose destination. This takes you into Manage Files, or at least the folders in Manage Files. I'm going to make it a little bigger here. So you need to figure out where you want to save it. You can create a new folder, like I said, Lecture Videos, or I just have one here that I saved called Sample PowerPoints. So I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to choose Select a Path. And you'll see it's done processing. It's not a green file anymore. It says where it's going. I hit Add, and it will create that now here in our content. And you'll see it says it's a video. If I click on it, then you will see it comes up as a video. And I'll pull this down a little bit here. In this presentation, we will talk about your learning, how it works, and how you can improve your strategies to be a more effective learner. So now you can see it comes up as a video, and it works, and this one's 11 minutes and 45 seconds. So it doesn't take long once you've actually recorded it to then save it and then upload it from there. So hopefully that has shown you everything that you need for this. If you have any other questions, you can always email me and I'll try to help you. but I think this should walk you through everything you need.